So Agile plus DevOps together disrupt completely the testing approach. And so what happens is you move now, most of the testing activities move down into the cross-functional teams that are trying to apply these new techniques of Agile plus DevOps. It means shifting testing to the left, starting to test earlier rather than later. It means that there's more automation needed, much more automation needed, because if people want to deliver software within sprints, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you have to automate and you don't have time for the manual testing that we used to do. So the level of automation that is needed in Agile and DevOps is much higher than we used to see in the old days of waterfall and other development approaches. Those that are better at or more expert firms, as I defined it in my research, in adopting Agile plus DevOps are achieving higher levels. The necessity is to reach levels of automation around 80%, for example. So how can we do that? Well, on one side, it is the technology, of course, that enables this, but it's also the practices on how you do it. And automation is not achieved by just using record and replay UI level type of automation as we've been trying to achieve traditionally with tools, but it's going beyond the user interface and accessing APIs and using API testing to actually build better and more solid test suites that are automating and increasing the level of automation. So API testing becomes another crucial aspect and a practice. So it's an architectural approach to automation that is now needed, using more advanced tools that help you do API testing, using version control so that you can version all the assets during the automation. You can easily run those automation scripts over and over. And the fact that you go beyond the user interface also addresses another issue in Agile, which is changes are usually quite often on the user interface level. If you go beyond the user interface, you're basically hitting the process, you're hitting APIs and services that don't change that frequently. And so the test suite tends to be more solid, tends to break less than in using UI automation. So that's one of the key, I would say, practices that I see for increasing the level of automation.